When Sedona was a little girl, she was your typical little girl that loved princesses and dollies.
She was a little feisty one, definitely from the beginning.
She was like really happy and always running around. Me and her were always together, like in the backyard. It was always just me and her.
Very playful, like typical little girl, playful, running, hyper. Yeah, she was just full of life, happy little girl.
She was great.
My name's Jennifer and I'm Sedona's mom. Sedona was born on April 9th, 2008, and she was born at 4:20 in the afternoon. She weighed 5 pounds 9 ounces and 16.5 inches long, and she was a healthy baby girl.
She was a little feisty one, definitely from the beginning. I remember she used to always just always give us a hassle, playing around with her toys, and she was, you know, always yelling at mom. Same with as the other sisters, they were yelling at each other too, and they're always feisty with each other.
Special. Okay. I help you. Careful. Look at those pretty cute flowers.
Very playful, like typical little girl, playful, running, hyper, carried her backpack everywhere. She loved to dress up. She loved to play outside in the garden. She actually had a friend worm named Bugsy.
Alright, so what went through your head when the doctors had told you that Sedona had cancer?
This one sucks. Okay, just a second. That one gets me every time. It's just one of those moments in life where you lose reality. When the doctor came in, I knew by his demeanor and how shook he was that something we were dealing with was bigger than what we were expecting at that point. And all that could go through my head was that she was a baby, and why you were telling me my daughter had cancer when she was just a baby. So I repeatedly said, no, she's just a baby.
We knew from the beginning that we were never going to lose my sister. We knew she was going to be as feisty as she was since the beginning.
You say I love you? And say goodnight to Haley too? Look at the camera. No? Okay.
To be honest, I never thought I was going to lose a sister. I knew she was going to fight on.
Originally, when we were at the first hospital that we started at, we were being told that Sedona probably had a type of cancer called a glioma. If anybody knows about those type of tumors, they are ones that you usually don't even operate on, and you are pretty much sent home to live your best life. After that, we had made the decision as a family to move to a new hospital called Children's Hospital of Orange County, where we had met a doctor that he felt as though Sedona had a fighting chance and that we should operate, and that she may be able to survive this. And upon doing the surgery and the biopsy, removing and doing a full resection, we discovered that she did not in fact have a glioma. She had something called ATRT, which is atypical rhabdoid teratoid. It's a type of cancer that happens in about 1 in 800,000 children, and your survival rate is below 5%.
What was the reason why you guys had that surgery?
To remove the tumor. It covered 50% of the left side of her brain. after her main full resection, a month later we started her first chemo, and at that time she was 3. And I can remember watching the first drop go into her vein and just literally saying, "Please God, save my daughter." We were released from the hospital the very first year, and they said, "She's cancer free, she's not well, but she's healing, so it's time to go home." At that point is when I knew that we were going to have a very different life, but we were going to have a life with her, and that, you know, we were going to be a family again, and we were all going to be together, and we would just keep going with whatever was put in front of us.
When I found out that she had cancer, it wasn't more of like a shock. It was just like, we finally made it, you know?
Or I saw that as I could see all my family together. She was home again. It could be just me and her again.
Definitely not surprised. She was a little miracle child. I knew it was coming. Knew she was gonna be okay.
March 18th, we got to take her home, and she was very sick. She threw up on an average 28 times a day. She got meds about 16 times a day. We had to do full hydration and IVs and hang fluids every night for her, and it was still full care, but she was home. And even though those days were something of a blur for me because I became a nurse.
If I could give her anything, it would be just relief, I think. It's just anything to calm her mind. I feel like it's just constantly going. It's something that she just needs a break from.
It'd definitely be like a weight lifted off Jen's chest if she could get a service dog, so she could be able to, you know, make dinner in peace, run to get the mail in peace, run to use the bathroom, and not having to be so worried that something's gonna happen to Sedona.
I've looked into having a service dog. It's a lot of money. It's something that takes a proper trainer to do. It takes a lot of timing. I feel as though it would benefit me in the way of a security. It would help me know that even though, you know, I'm cooking or I turn my head or whatever it is where my eyes aren't always on Sedona, that I would have that friend there with me that would be like, "Hey Mom, I think Sedona needs you right now."